I'm sorry. I get so into the song sometimes. Hey guys, a little bit late here only because, well, this is the season 3 patch. So in most patches, the patch comes out in the morning, as some of you may know. And in the case of this patch, it is a season 3 patch, which is hopefully due next week on the 9th, which means this took a little bit more to get out there. And we have a lot to preview and check out, so let's go ahead and get started here.
Bring it.
First off, we're going to go ahead and check out Mirrodin.
Guide my hammer.
Doomhammer. And oh my gosh, seeing him up close in my monitor looks freaking fantastic, man. Oh, he looks good. So we're going to run down his character sheet real quick because it was requested, hey, just go ahead and do it. Don't have to make a separate video, just go ahead and do it. So we'll go ahead and do it because it is technically a patch preview being in the public testing room. So here we go. Mirrodin, Doomhammer, whatever you want to call him. Skills, killing you with kindness and also a giant hammer. Known for being the oldest active automation in the world. His deepest fears, failing to restore Hyperion, being melted by his own hammer, and bugs. Ooh, so basically the absolute counter to this guy, and this is serious mode right now, to counter him for sure, play Phaedra, and then just bug him every round. It just causes a fear and he'll just run across the map. He'll jump off. If you're in Cloud Spire, he'll just jump off the map. Alright, his bio, interesting. Survival, health. Shouldn't survival and health be the same thing? His bio, whispers of the miracle maker from Hyperion, preceded Mirrodin's arrival in Atlas. The paint was dry on his new trust. Hyperbotics? Before he'd taken one step into the city. Some say he'd bribed the trust with such incredible wealth they could rebuild all of Atlas in a pure radamantium. As of yet, the city's only major change has been the blue rise of hyperbotics across the skyline, leaving many to wonder how the ancient automation marshaled such power so quickly. His presence inspired immediate loyalty from a number of freelancers, Bryn in particular. He's also seen frequently at Zuki's flying junkyard, which has created much gossip over whether or not he's had any work done. For the record, when asked, the prideful automation, keeps on saying automaton, insists he's 100% original. So, no, he's not going to rewrite jokes. 100% original, guys. Don't worry about it. Skins are not in yet, looks like. We'll probably be coming in a later patch, so haha! We will have to do a full review on him anyways. Probably on Monday or something like that day, since it's the day before the patch. And I probably don't want to play ranked Monday. I'm not going to be like the rush, oh my gosh, grind, unless I'm like, you know, like just there from Diamond or something. Alright, you've seen his abilities. We'll actually check these out in game, so I need to go over those right now. Catalyst or something we will go over. I want to see his taunts. They're not there, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's go over Catalyst. So, critical shot still here. Gain might for the turn. Brain juice was moved to prep phase, to the prep catalyst, which is interesting because I'm curious if that works. No, obviously that wouldn't work at the start of the turn because then you would have needed to be able to select that. So never mind. Second wind was moved to the prep phase. That's interesting. You know right away whether someone's going to live or not, or if they have that heal at the end or whatever, which I think is kind of sad. I always like being like, they thought they killed me, but I got heal and live with like 1 health. Super annoying and tilting for them, but hey, it's fun. And re-energy, gain energized for the turn. This one's been talked about a lot. There's certain freelancers who could benefit very well from having extra energized, especially if you sync that up with an energized buff. That could be really powerful, but only on a few select freelancers who you would want an ultimate early, maybe to get an extra guaranteed 3rd ultimate, 3 ultimates in a game, that type of thing. Nyx could probably abuse the crap out of this, but we won't exactly know how powerful it is till it comes out. I don't want to say for sure whether I think it's going to be overpowered. Right now I think it's going to be underpowered. I think it's going to be underused. I doubt anyone's actually going to use it unless, like I said, unless they're playing like Nyx, someone who can actually abuse it. Second wind being on the prep phase, I think is decent. Heals are on generally during the prep phase, except for Surin. So having it be there actually makes sense. It makes the most sense than having it on blast phase. So, and it's a free. Oh no, it's not a free action. It's still not a free action. Keep that in mind. So once you select this, you cannot use any other ability unless that ability is a free action. So no, it's not a free action. I was thinking because I'm so used to everything on prep phase being free action. I was gonna be like, that automatically makes it so overpowered, but no, that's not free action. So good, that's still balanced. We'll move to the dash phase. Shift, same as always. Teleport medium distance. Fetter, same as always. Teleport short distance, dealing 10 direct damage and brooding enemies. I stand corrected. I do not believe it dealt damage before, so that's interesting. That's kind of cool for a frontline if he wants to get 2 or 3 guys in there, do damage, and root them. It's pretty good, pretty good. Fade. Oh, sorry, I was reading Fetter, and for some reason I thought it said end of like the turn, end of the decision. It says end of destination. Let's say end of decision, so that means they can dash out of it. That's horrible. Although they could dash out of it to begin with, because these dash the same turn. And won't come first. It's been a long day. Shut up. Shut up. It's been a long day. Okay, leave me alone. Fade. Teleport short distance, gain invisibility into the end of next decision mode. And it's the same as before. Just fine. This is the big one everyone's so up and antsy about. Regroup. Teleport a long distance to a location adjacent to an ally. This is good if you're a Phaedra, a pup, and you went way too deep into that back line. You're like, holy gosh, why am I so far? Why am I touching their spawn point and my team is still back at our spawn point? Well, that's where you would take this, and hopefully you're not even in that position to begin with. But that's where you would take this and then go ahead and go back to your ally. Just bring it back in, or it could be one of those things where you're trying to save your buddy. You know, you need to move back to them because you need to block a shot or something like that. And honestly, I find a lot of value in that. So if you're playing a frontliner and you know, like, hey, Lockwood's gonna hit her here, or Gray's gonna shoot her here because it's a guaranteed kill, then regroup can actually save somebody in that case. But more than likely, it's gonna be if you're out of position. That's the most common thought process here. Now, for the Blast Catalyst, some really interesting new stuff here. So, Probe, grant vision of an area for 2 turns. This can see through camouflage. I can see this in competitive play getting very, very interesting. So in Probe, basically you're looking at an area and you're like, ooh, light it all up. And you can see if a Nyx goes invisible. So if you have a good idea where a Nyx is, like he throws his drone, let's use the Reactor map, for example. He uses his drone and you're like, he's going that way. If you're most higher elo players will be able to guess, he's either here or right here, and that's where you can use Probe, basically guessing he's going to be right here. And then suddenly he's revealed because it sees through camo. Bam, easy find. By the way, I'm going to change these up because I want to see some of these new ones. We're going to see re-energize just because I want to see what it looks like. I know it's probably not optimal at all for Mirrodin. Well, it might be. Depends on how many people I hit with my hammer. Echo Boost. Increased durations of active might energize haste and unstoppable buffs on you by 1 turn. I'm going to say this once. If you use Echo Boost, boasting that Echo. Use Echo Boost, please hope that you're going to try to synergize with your team. Be communicative. Try to talk to your team. Because Echo Boost, you're going to get the most value out of talking with your team. If you have a Surin who's going to mite you and you're about to walk over to energize or a healing buff, bam, pop Echo Boost and you can get it. But popping it just for the 1 buff, like if you're not relying on anyone else and you're just popping it on yourself for a 3-turn mite, it's not worth it overall. You rather take anything else other than that. It doesn't become worth it at all. I absolutely would not recommend that. But if you're willing to communicate, if you're pretty good at communicating with your team, then I absolutely would take it. And not just communicate with the team, if you're really good at looking at your allies' abilities, you know, you've played a few games and you can start to recognize, hey, they're going to use this ability on me, they're going to use this ability on me. Then you can predict, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take Echo Boost and I'm going to boost up that ability and walk over here to walk over this other buff or something. then that's where you get a big benefit from. Adrenaline, gain unstoppable to the end of the turn. That one hasn't changed, just moved. And Chrono Surge slows all enemies, all nearby enemies until the end of the turn. Gain haste until the end of the turn. This is actually what I'm probably going to take on certain carries now. Just because you have that ability, it's a free action. So let's say Pup jumps on you, right? Or Rask Kitty Cat jumps at you. Pop Chrono Surge, run away. Run away. I've said it plenty of times. Sometimes the best action, more often than a lot of people seem to think, sometimes the best action is to just sprint away. Just sprint, just go, just don't do anything, just run. If you can heal, heal, great. But go, get out of here. And a lot of people don't do that. So Chrono Surge, I think, would absolutely help with the carry. Out of all these in the blast phase, I think Chrono Surge is probably the strongest catalyst right now. In my opinion, of course, I have not played anything. This is literally just going off what I can read in stats. So I think Chrono Surge is strong. Regroup's going to be situational. I still think Fade is probably going to be the most effective dash catalyst. And out of prep phase, of course, everyone's going to take second wind, unless you have the few people who want to take brain juice. But second wind generally is what you want. Brain juice is only if you're support and you're healing. Let's see. Let's go and use probe. I think that one's going to be the more interesting one to check out. But first, let's see. Alright. We're supposed to be... Yeah! The new player screen, by the way. This is before we get into the game. So feel free to fast forward if you want. So this is where you get to see what freelance you've put in the most time in. Which is so interesting for me. This is, again, I believe everything is personal stats. They're not going to be revealing... you can't compare your stats to other people. You compare it to the average, but not to other specific people. That's something they're considering, but it's not a for sure thing. So don't freak out yet. It's something that I was like, I'm not sure if people will take to this well or they won't. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too much. If you're like, oh, no, I don't want people to see me. Chill out. It's okay. Now, I can't wait to see this. Obviously, this is in the test stream realm, so I don't really have any data here. I don't think I've really played any PvP games here. Not matchmaking, at least. Speaking of, well, we'll check it out later. So this is where you'll see what you put most time in. I'm gonna make a prediction right here that is gonna say Gray, Helio, maybe Aurora, Phaedra, Rask. No, actually, probably Zuki. Now that I think about it, it's probably gonna be Zuki or Blackburn. We'll see though. We'll see. It'll be really cool to see. I'm gonna make a quick side note here that for the pro teams, the ones who were participating in prep phase and all that stuff, which, by the way, if you have not checked out the prep phase league, free shield for those guys. Ooh, excuse me, man, that time when water just wants to come back and just bite you in the butt, right? I absolutely recommend go checking them out, guys. Like, the prep phase guys do really good work. They're super entertaining to watch. I love watching the tournaments, so I absolutely recommend go checking it out if you haven't. The VoDs are always uploaded as well, so pretty easy to see. And I assume for pro teams, it'd be easier to be like, hey, send us a screenshot of your stats, your overview, and then just snap this and it's all along with this, you know. And this will give you a hint at how you're doing overall. See all freelancers, and then you can go specifically. And you see how it changes some of these, right? So this is all, these are the average stats, you know, damage, healing, for firepower, and then just general stuff. Now, you can get specifics. So Helio, black hole generator hits, disruptor and matrix hits. This is where they said you're gonna add an extra bar here to get specific to that freelancer, which is so cool because you can show off like, hey, look, I get this amount of predictions. The shield guess rate, for example, black hole generator hits. You can see that, hey, I'm starting to hit these really good. Or you can see like, hey, I barely have any black hole generator hits. I'm super under the average. Maybe that's where I should focus my gameplay on. Having this screen, I think, is the biggest and the best update of Season 3. And I know a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? There's a new character and the map. Hello. And the catalyst. No, I think the stat screen is the biggest one. Because out of everything else, take away the map, take away the hero, this right here will make you become a better player. If you can learn to read your stats and see where you're lacking and learn to grow from there, this will make you a better player. and I can already see in my head, we have a Reddit community of coaches. I can already envision those coaches using this screen, if anyone's comfortable sending it to them, and helping you like, oh, well, I see you're lacking in this area. You know, how do you use it in this situation? And giving you communication tips or situations you would want to use it in, or what situations you've used it in before and how they want it better. Or if perhaps, if any of you guys ever want to ask, I can't guarantee though, I wouldn't mind trying to coach you guys anything like that. Helio is a guy I'm absolutely great with. So is Gray, so is Zuki, Kita, Lockwood. So if you guys want to, if you're ever having issues with one of these, you see like way below the average, hit me up in game if you see me in game, as long as I'm not recording or streaming. Which, actually, who knows? Privacy issues, obviously, I don't want to record or stream if I'm coaching somebody, because that's a personal and private matter. Without their permission, that's a no-no. I would never do that. But I will say that what? Oh, rude. I will say that it's going to be one of the best things for the update, and I'm super happy to see that. You can go by deathmatch, ranks, PvP extraction, rotating game modes. I like how extraction is its own. Hint, this may be a hint that extraction is going to finally become its own game mode. So many players have requested it. So many players want this as the default mode, actually. And much to my dismay, I may have to actually start putting in more time and effort on extraction, because looking at this, I'm already saying right now, I bet it's going to become its own gameplay. Because the other rotating game modes are probably just fun things. I don't see. Yeah, see, I don't see. Hold on, let's go by this. Oops. What the? I went up and it went down. Did you see that? Game modes and then extraction. Extraction has its own thing, so I'm telling you, I think that's gonna end up being its own queue. Badges. These are badges that you'll get, guys. Pretty much the same as stats, honestly. Just you get a cool badge to look at while you're doing it. So go to Bryn. Interesting, it doesn't add the 1 bar for badges. Let's go back to Helio just to be sure. Yeah. So your badges are just generalized stuff that you get, which is interesting. Okay. Achievements. Oh man. So this is what this was added to the game, and I've seen a couple comments of console. It's achievements. It's coming to console. It's coming to console. I'm still on the belief that Atlas would not work well in the console without extending the turn timers. And I'm talking about big extension from like 20 to 30 minimum. Probably 40 or 45 would be more comfortable for players on console. And I know people are like, what? I could do it in 20 seconds. You're working with a controller. We're talking about selecting where you're going to move, selecting, rotating through what abilities. So if you imagine it, let's say your 4 abilities, right? The triggers. So you're selecting your ability, aim where you want, confirm, and then use left stick to move where you're going, confirm. Okay. Imagine all the aiming. Imagine realizing what ability, like, oh wait, I don't want to do that. Back, do this, do that. It gets really complicated. In 20 seconds, compared to what I can do with one mouse, most people know, if you're my subscribers, you know I play with one-handed. That's why I forget my spacebar a lot and I used up time banks. But I play one-handed. I use everything on my mouse, which means I usually can do stuff within 5-6 seconds and then have a time to think about it, like, do I want to do this? Or I can literally wait till the last 2 seconds and then have ability and move and lock in within 2 seconds, because I have a mouse that allows me to do it. I have the ability to think about it. A lot of players already find it hard enough to think about, hey, I gotta do this at this time, or oh my gosh, this just happened, the last move of the blast phase, and they're still reeling from whatever they just saw, and then it comes up and they're like, oh gosh, I gotta move. And you know, that's why there was a lot of complaint when new players surged in of, there's not enough time, it's horrible, there's not enough time. Now, as obviously that new surge died down, once that went free to play, once that surge died down, players started playing more games. They got more used to the way the 20 seconds work. Muzzy said this as well. You get used to it, and it's not a problem anymore. So that's just one thing. But anyways, back to achievements. This is cool. I'm hoping that what I actually am hoping for, and this may be a personal thing, I'm not sure. Everyone's gonna agree with me. We know it. I'm hoping that these are hard achievements. Now, obviously, these are damage numbers, but I hope these are kind of hard. and you get flux or you get ISO out of this, or even eventually they'll put in like a super hard achievement, like get 1 million damage total in 7 days or whatever. And that'd be really cool because then you get a skin out of it or something, and that'd be really awesome. Like, I would love to see something like that. And then of course matches, you can see this. Look at that tutorial. It doesn't count custom games or practice mode at all, apparently. Because I've played custom games, and obviously you guys have seen me on practice mode. Interesting. Ah, okay, so this is where you can change your stuff. There's your backgrounds, there's your titles, there's your ribbons. No ribbon. They might as well take the ribbons off, I think. They haven't used it since season 1. Ah, I'm lying. The Helio Trust, they use it for that. Alright, so that's the player screen. I believe that's everything. Just want to make sure. Catalyst, Meriden, stats, achievements, new map. So, all we have is the new, oh right, store. Featured, game pack, loot matrix, GG boost. Nothing's changed. Just so you know. This has a new look and I like it. Pretty cool. Collections tab does not have a new look, sadly. I wish it did because it looks really bland whenever I check out the collections tab. Alright, so base new map. I don't know if you can just get matched into the new map. Can you? Because I hope you do. 170 seconds. Wow. That is crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and use it in practice mode real quick. So that way anyone who really wants to see his abilities, who missed it on the stream or anything for the trial stream, you can go ahead and check it out. And then will try to queue into a match, which may take forever. So that way if you just want to see his abilities, just want to see what it looks like, then you can see right here. And then stick around for the game or not. So this is his first ability. It's a circle hammer thing. So smash the ground in front of you, dealing 26 direct damage. I think it won't go. I'm not sure. We're gonna test it right now. Okay, good. I want to make sure I had unlimited timer. So yeah, so this is his first ability. You can stretch it out just a tad bit, not a super amount, obviously. See. Alright, so you can slam the hammer down. He's actually going to dash away, so I'm actually going to miss that. But you can see the animation here. Pew pew.
The hammer of dawn.
Ooh, that looks beautiful.
Energizer.
A lot of the animations and even his voice weren't even heard on stream last time. I want to make sure the volume is turned up. Alright, let's try this again. And I like sitting right here. He's back. Ooh, look at that. That one-handed swing is beautiful. Alright, so his heal is reforged. Heal target ally and yourself for 10 to 35 based on missing health. Enemies around the target are made weak. You can target yourself if no ally is in range, but you will not receive twice the healing. So this is good where you can heal the ally like this. It's similar to Orion's heal for anyone who's curious how it works. Basically, you both get heal. You get bigger heals, each differently depending on how much health you're missing. So if the ally you're healing is like 10 health, he'll heal for the full bonus. Where if you're at 100%, or if you're at like 80% health, you're not going to heal for as big a heal as he is. 3 is Bone Shatter. Slam enemies for 20 direct damage. All enemies hit are slowed. This, when I saw on stream, I already think it's overpowered. Look how big that taco targeter is. It's so huge, and then you're hitting them for 28 damage. Like, that is insanely big. Move over here next turn too. So let's go ahead and check this out. Dash. I always like how he just appears out of nowhere. Like, yep. Big hammer swing. And number 4 is Solar Strike. Call down your hammer on target location, dealing 22 direct damage and revealing targets in the central ring. and dealing 18 direct damage to target in the outer ring. Ignores cover. So this was something that at first, and I asked it on stream personally, and at the time they had told me, no, it doesn't ignore, or it does factor into cover bonuses. Looks like they changed that. It looks like it will now ignore cover. Before, I don't believe it wasn't doing that. It was based off where the little circle was, it would end up doing cover damage. It makes the most sense because out of every other ability that goes straight down, it ignores cover. So that's why I was a little weirded out. It's like, well, that should ignore cover because every other ability does.
Battle ready.
So the guy dashes out in fog. Pew pew. Then drop the hammer. That's beautiful. Alright. And his ultimate is Zenith. And it is a free action, people. Summon a fusion orb that shields you and your allies for 15 each turn. Each turn. Doesn't stack, I believe. While active, you are unstoppable. Lasts until deactivated or until the energy costs cannot be paid. Goes on a 2-second cooldown when disabled, which is better because I believe it said before a 3-second cooldown. And I was like, that's insane. 3 seconds for what's supposed to be like an on-the-fly minor shield, basically. That's a little high. So luckily they reduced it to 2 seconds, which is pretty good. Requires 20 energy to cast, but the cost increased by 20 per turn until deactivated. So we'll go ahead and throw that out. We'll swing a hammer, and then we'll move like up here. So lock it in.
We march under the sun.
Throws that little reactor above him. I said this on stream. I think it'd be funny if like you're in game with Quark and he sees that reactor and he's like, "Daddy, is that you?" I think it'd be funny. I would love it. Okay, so we'll try healing yourself so you can just see how it is. How it be. Throw it off, keep it back on. However you want. Let's actually check this out. So this is the re-energy. Actually, you know what? Let's check that out next turn. What is this? The probe. Let's try the probe. So this is the area of the probe. Looks pretty big, don't it? Throw that out. Let's see how that works.
Let them face the dawn.
Heal yourself. That's pretty cool. And you still gain energy as your shield's on. So don't think, oh, it's only gonna last 5 turns. You can make it last a lot longer. Pretty good. Circle, complete circle area. That's really good. I like that ability. Okay, so let's energize here. Try to see who I want to hit. And we'll hit him. We'll do the hammer swing. Then we'll go ahead and energize, and we'll follow him. Why not?
Honored to help. Activating catalyst.
Energized. Pretty good. And of course, the ult refreshes our shield. Oh, 3 extra shields per enemy in the area. I was like, 15. Alright, and then of course we'll check out regroup. Last but not least.
Utilizing catalyst.
Pretty big change. It's got that little circle. Every dash was to have an indicator of what catalyst was used by that person. So that's it, guys. That's a quick preview of Meriden. Obviously, I will have a better overview of him before the game comes out. I'm going to be very busy Monday because I'm going to try to get as much videos, like pre-season 3 videos, out as possible. So in case you're wondering, yeah, Monday is probably going to be when they're going to be released. I'm probably going to work all of Monday morning, so I can't guarantee a stream, but I can guarantee you'll probably get, thinking about the videos that I could do off this, you'll probably get about 3 to 5 videos that day. Because I will be working that Monday morning, just to make sure all the patches are in, last minute changes, and then get those videos out by the end of the day. So, for anyone who wants to leave, now you've seen everything, feel free, I understand. And anyone who wants to stay, see if we get into a PvP match, well, you're welcome. You're welcome to stay, that is. Custom games up. Yeah, I assume there's people playing custom games. We just have to wait for them to play.
PvP.
See, and I would think, I could be wrong, but I would think that developers would change it so that way every PvP match is on the new map. That would be most effective, but I'm not sure if that's something possible. They may have not have planned for that before. A lot of people may be like, well, that's super obvious if you're testing a new map and stuff. Yeah, but that's not something you honestly think about that early on. You're just thinking about getting the core gameplay and the concepts and stuff you have to the public, to the public, and thinking like, oh, what if we do a new map? Especially when you're nowhere near planning one, there's no point in wasting developmental resources and putting that in. If there's a developer out there and you want to tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Let me know why. Or it's just hashtag blame James. Yep. Ooh, fell. A little octopus, guys. This is what you guys saw the other day. Octopus. Alright. Ugh, kind of slouching. So now we get to just sit here and wait. Wait too long. I don't want to wait too long. It's gonna take forever. Well, I guess while we have this time, I could chat about channel subs if anyone's curious. So, I didn't want to say this till it's revealed, but technically it's already paid for, so eventually it's gonna happen. We are going to be having new art on the channel. New channel banner art plus the Twitter art, if anyone who's curious about seeing that. We will have, hopefully, an official, actual logo to go for our channel. I've already paid for it. My artist is working on it. I don't know if she wants me to give her a shout out or not. I assume so, but until I've worked that out, I don't want to say anything just yet. But I can't wait to see if she's curious about Never mind. Don't say that. I can't wait to see if you guys like it. Let's put it like that. There we go. I'll go ahead and take these out because boy do those things hurt when you've had them on for a prolonged period of time. And for anyone who's like, 30 minutes isn't a lot. Look. I've had these on earlier today too for a while. Quite a while. Playing Zelda on my Switch. It just came in. I was just, hurting my ears. Alright, we'll give this till 250 seconds, I guess. And then if not, then oh well. We'll try again tomorrow or something. I'll see if I can find some creators, maybe a dev, and see if anyone will hop in game with me for a creative match. If I do something like that, that's something you guys do want to see. Note that I probably won't be able to be on mic for that match, but at least I can get you the content. At least you can actually see the map. Or what I could do, if you guys are okay with it, is I could pre-record the map like during the day, and then that night I can record over it with a voiceover and let you guys know what I thought about the map, what was going, the objectives, point out different things about the game, obviously, and see what you guys think. So if that's something you guys rather see, let me know. I honestly don't think I'm gonna be able to find a match. It looks like everyone's doing a custom match, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and just go cut it. Wasting your time for an extra 50 seconds or whatever is gonna be completely useless. So thank you guys for watching this super short stream. And of course, if you're watching the YouTube VoD, I love you guys. A quick shout out to everyone who has shown a lot of support for the whole Twitch thing. Again, to me, it's easier sometimes to bring you guys content via Twitch, and a lot of you guys like the larger game files, so it's really cool. I'm going to take this time to record something real quick, and then I have a few special games hopefully coming out on Thursday and Saturday for you guys on top of the Battle Right videos. I forgot what they were called for a minute. So thank you everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.